Hey, it's Clay Trader, and this will be a video chart on ticker symbol QMCQF. We will take a look at the 30-minute time frame. Real quick, what do I mean by 30-minute in case maybe you're new to charts? Instead of each one of these candlesticks here, as they're called, representing 1 day's worth of price action, which is what you would normally see, each one represents 30 minutes. So while this here may look like several days worth of time, it's actually just today's price action broken down into 30-minute time slices. I like to do this time frame. I think it does a good job of telling the quote-unquote story of the price. And in this situation, makes mapping out and summarizing, the past few days price action pretty straightforward. So if you say, hey, Clay, summarize the past few days price action for me, I would say pump and dump on thin ice. Now, I'm not saying pump and dump in the sense of this company is being run out of somebody's attic in Somalia. I'm just making that statement based solely on how the price has acted. And my definition of a price or of a pump and dump is that a price makes a really nice move, and then within a relatively short amount of time, the price is right back to where it all started. So let's first just define how I would look at this in terms of where it all started. And to me, it all started when it broke out from above this point right here at, what was that? Let's give a little wiggle room and call it 85 cents, just to give the bulls a little bit more leeway. 85 cents. You look back here, and you can see that this was a very stubborn area. The price struggled. And then, however, when the price did finally break up above it, the rest is history. And the rest is history carries us first into the definition. Price makes a really nice move. Well, again, it started right there, and the rest is history. The price went all the way up there. I'm hoping we can all agree that was a really nice move. Second part, within a relatively short amount of time. Well, considering all this happened in just a matter of a couple of days, I would hope we can once again agree that, yeah, this was all happening in a pretty short amount of time. The price goes back to where it started, or in some cases lower. Now, I mentioned thin ice, and that is where thin ice comes into play. Our thin ice point is at 85 cents because, to be fair to the bulls, the price could do something like this, where it comes down here, walks along this thin ice point, and then starts to work its way back upwards. And if the price were to do that, what would you have? Well, you'd have a set of lows right here. You'd have a set of lows right there. You'd have this set down there. If you picture these as stair steps, well, hey, the overall stair steps would still technically be headed in the upwards direction. However, if the price comes down here, walks along the thin ice point, and then breaks below it, and then continues to separate to the downside, what would you have at that point in time? You would literally have the price right back inside of this range where it was before the big breakout happened. And not to insult your intelligence, but price movements with true power are going to progress forward, right? They're not going to go back to where they were. And quote unquote back to where it was is what 85 cents, that thin ice point, is representing. So if you haven't connected those dots, 85 cents, very, very important level of support going into tomorrow and the remainder of the week, because we'll see if the bulls can build a higher stair step or if the price is headed back to where it is. And again, back to where it was is 85 cents and below. So tomorrow should be pretty interesting. One of the biggest questions that I get is, hey, Clay, how do you find the stocks that you trade? So what I've done is put together a free resource guide where I talk about the tools that I use to locate stocks that I find interesting and think may have potential. So if that sounds like something that could add value to you as a trader, then click on the image that is up on the screen right now, and I will email you the guide. The guide itself is very short and to the point, and best part, it's completely free. Thanks for watching the video. Let me know if you have any questions.